Tell me something, Mark.
200.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Tell me something, Mark. Which was the most surprising election to you?
To
Candidate, yeah. Which was the most surprising?
Can I start?
Okay, go on, Jalas.
Ngilu.
Of course.
I've always said it. Nobody saw Ngilu coming. And nobody talked about Ngilu anyway.
Mark, do you agree?
For me, it has to be Jackson Mandago.
Hey, Jalas. Have you apologized?
No, you see, I need a cup of tea
With Jack Ma.
with Jack Ma to apologize so that I can be allowed
Yeah.
into Eldoret again.
Hold on, Mark.
He
Why do you
is humble pie.
Why do you say Jack Ma?
Jackson Mandago played politics that has never worked in Uasin Gishu. He played Nandi supremacy, okay, which alienated the Kipsigis, the Tugen, the what, okay? It alienated the Kikuyu, the Luya, the Kisi who are there, and he still won.
What does that mean?
I don't know yet. It's just the same way with Babayao. Let me tell you the truth. He doesn't need a degree. He is a degree. He was born educated. My goodness. Let me tell you, he lost Governor Nairobi, ran for MP, won MP, kicked a boy, was caught in Mombasa in the coast bribing voters. He says the weirdest of things, and he wins governor
Of Kiambu.
of Kiambu. My goodness.
And just doesn't beat anyone. You beat Kabogo.
Yes.
Kabogo's like Mayweather, man. He's the money man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let me
50
tell you,
mil.
as in, if he's listening to me, please teach me. I know nothing.
Babayao.
Babayao.
Surprising.
Wow.
Yeah. But the other surprising
Yes.
thing is Kidero.
Losing.
Biggest loser. Biggest loser, and I'll tell you why.
Go on.
NASA had 54% of Nairobi.
54.
Yes. How did their governor lose?
That's a good question. Huh?
Yep.
So what was it? Was it the Sonko factor in all this?
Let me tell you, there were 3 candidates in this gubernatorial election. There was Sonko, there was Kidero, who is better than Sonko because he went to school, he wears suits and things like that, and there was Kidero who's done nothing. So the Kidero who's done nothing was taking votes away from Kidero with suits.
There were 2 Kideros.
There were 2 Kideros. So the Kidero who had done nothing
Yes.
forced Kenyans to say, you know what? I would rather have the guy who can't speak, the guy who seems like a thug, who will clean up my city, rather than this guy who wears a suit that has done nothing. Now, that term "does nothing" may not be necessarily true, okay? But one of the things that Kidero forgot is that he was no longer a CEO. You don't write us once a year and tell us how the company is doing. It does not work. You see, every time he came on a show, he started telling you Nairobi drainage can handle 2,000 metric tons of water.
Yes.
What is 2,000 metric tons of water? It doesn't mean anything to me.
No.
The fact that it's flooded, that's all I can see. You understand? So his statistics and his numbers didn't help anybody. You see, what you need to understand is political office is about emotional accounting.
Will Sonko perform?
You see, now the thing is,
Or is it early days?
Here's the thing. Sonko knows how to impress the people. Okay, and he's gotten off to a blistering start. Okay,
Yeah.
cleaning up the city and things like that, breaking into his own
Accounting,
collection
yes.
thing and saying where's money lying on the floor, and basically being his own whistleblower, which is amazing. You know, a sitting governor whistleblowing himself.
Yes. You can't make it up.
As in, have you thought about it? You know, it's like the president saying,
The top presenter. Yes. Number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not listening to us,
You're not listening to anything.
Because Jeff and Jalas are here. Please.
Whistleblower.
Our own wisdom.
you know, so he's blowing his own whistle, and that's good PR, okay?
Yeah.
And what that does is it gives you political goodwill.
Right.
Now, here's the proof in the pudding, and it will take a bit of time. How is he able to manage the budget? How is he able to manage collections?
Well, that's where Polycarp comes in.
Now, here's the thing. I'm still waiting, and I keep telling people, the job description of a deputy governor is to breathe and have a heartbeat. Constitutionally,
He has another role.
you don't have a job.
To breathe,
And have
have
a
a heartbeat.
Yes.
Provided you're alive,
Yes.
the position is covered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because-
Nobody will question you.
No.
Nobody will ask you anything. You are not accountable to anyone.
Anyone.
You serve at the behest of a governor. So basically, if Sonko delegates responsibilities, then yes, we will see Igathe working.
Right.
If he doesn't,
Yeah.
you know how many sitting governors in the former regime were not in good terms with their deputy governors, but all the deputy governors would do is get an article in the paper saying I'm being frustrated,
Yes.
and that's it. You understand? You work at the behest of a governor, so that remains to be seen.
Real quick, before I get some closing thoughts from you, can we see one or two governors being impeached? Like they're trying already with Wambora, they're taking him to
You
court.
can't- you
Can you
can't-
see some impeachments coming
You
in? Some,
can't beat Wambora
on the ground.
On the ground.
Forget it.
You can't beat him. In
but you
court.
see it happening, Mark?
Definitely, and I'll tell you why. MCAs are a funny breed. A few friends of mine are running for office, okay? And they say that to lobby MCAs, they're spending 5,000 shillings per MCA per day. Okay?
Yes.
And they're even planning to take the MCAs for a retreat 2 days before they vote for who becomes speaker so that they can get them to back them. Now, here's the problem. When you have such an MCA system, what the little known story is this, that a lot of MCAs were impeaching governors because they were not getting the packs they wanted.
Right.
Our MCAs wanted to go to Israel so that they can learn how to be MCAs in Israel, forgetting that it's easier and cheaper to fly one trainer from Israel
Right.
to come and tell you what to do versus flying 30, 40 of you to Israel. So the largesse of MCAs is what probably will lead to impeachment. But remember, there are two independent governors, which is very interesting. Will the MCAs who are not from their party, who are not affiliated to them, pass their bills and pass what they need to effect what they need to do as their manifesto dictates? That's going to be an interesting question.
Wow. You got 30 seconds, Mark. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Advice to the two coalitions: national cohesion, coming out and healing the nation. We need to get to a point where we are absolutely tired of considering anyone who's on the other side of the bench to be an enemy. Let's get to the point where we realize that this person simply represents an ideal that we can talk about and come to a consensus about. This thing where political leadership is about you being a leader and having a bunch of dogs barking at your neighbor needs to come to a stop. Instead of having political hawks leading political parties in parliament and in Senate, have people who are reasonable, who can bridge the gap and bring a unified Kenya together.
Wow.
Mark Bichache calls it like he sees it, without fear or favor. Mark, let's do this more often, man. This is
Definitely.
good. I keep saying, we gotta keep stop talking. Is the moment we start fighting. And
Let's
you don't
talk.
want to go down that slippery slope.
Let's talk.
Mark Bichache, always a pleasure and an
Whole
honor.
relationships are also places that we need to talk. And they also end with we need to talk. And they start and begin with the same word.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
coming up.
Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalango.